Hi, Stephanie. Welcome to the show. Stephanie's all the way over the other side of the world in Canada. She's 48. She's got three older kids, so she had her kids younger. We were just talking about the benefits of having kids when you're young. You know, coping with the bloody sleepless nights. I think would just be so much easier. I always remember when I was young, I was out bloody partying and drinking, and I was, I'd never have any sleep, and I'd work all day and then go out party all night and do it again the next day. And I think, oh God, kill me now if I tried to do that now.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah,
But so,
that
welcome.
after.
Yeah, oh, totally. Well, welcome to the show. And
Thank you.
Stephanie, so tell the viewers, why did you join the program? What were the issues you were having and how are they affecting your life?
Oh, where do I begin? So I joined the program. As I said, I kind of fumbled upon you on Instagram one night. And at that time, I was really searching. I'd quit drinking. I guess I could start there. I'd stopped drinking because drinking was just, taken over my life. Basically, I lived to come home and have my wine. I sat there and I drank my wine, and I had no purpose anymore.
How long did you do this for? Did you do that for?
It just kind of progressively, I started drinking when I was older. I didn't drink until basically about 10 years ago, I started drinking. So I was like in my 30s. I drank when I was younger, of course, but then I didn't drink at all when my kids were growing up, and or when I had them, I should say. And so anyways, I decided it was time to smarten up and get my life back on track.
Good on you.
Anyways, yeah. And in that time, because I'm obviously getting older, I'm 48, and hormone problems, couldn't lose weight, diagnosed low thyroid. They wanted me on thyroid meds. I never did take them because I always just thought, no, there's a reason my thyroid's not working. Put me on the meds. Yeah, it might make me feel good for a bit, but it's not going to fix the problem. So, I did that. And then, I see a naturopath for my hormones. I tried, I want to say not every diet, but I did, I did keto for a year. I'll get back to that one. I was vegan for a year. I did low calorie. I trained, I was quite fit about 12 years ago, 10, 12 years ago. I was very fit. I was 14% body fat, which was not healthy. I trained, that's all I did. I worked out every day. It was workout. I ate this, I drank this shake every morning. I had my foods rotating that were literally, like the broccoli, the cauliflower, the salads, the chicken, turkey. That's all I ate. Anyway, so yeah. And I just knew there's so many more problems that I was having. I could get into a list of them. And I couldn't lose weight. I tried everything. I tried all the keto. I lost, I'd lose 5 to 10 pounds maybe. And I knew that was just water. I was losing water and maybe going to the bathroom a bit more. That's all that was. I wasn't losing fat. And then I went to my doctor, is what kind of happened with the keto thing, because I was having stomach pains. And so she sent me for an ultrasound. And when I had just started keto, and, they took ultrasound of my liver and everything in my abdomen, and everything looked good. Had a little bit of fatty tissue on my liver. They weren't concerned. They're like, no, that's normal for your age, blah, blah, blah. 6 months later, I did a follow-up. And at this point, I was 6 months into keto, and the fatty tissue on my liver had grown 5 centimeters. And that was keto. And I was like, what? So this fat was covering my liver because I had increased this insane diet. And it was, it could have killed me. It was bad. And I was getting sick. I was starting to lose my hair. What else? Just foggy. I couldn't think. there was a list of problems I was having, and then of course the hormones and yeah, so and here I
Wow.
am today.
So you sound like most women who join our program, you've done a lot of diets.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, tried supplements, this, as I'm sure everybody, different types of supplements that are supposed to help you lose weight.
Mm.
Yeah, I am.
Crazy. How many years did you spend doing that?
Like keto or supplements, like everything?
Everything, yeah.
So I want to say I really started all of that probably the last 5 years is when like the vegan, the keto, the supplements. Prior to that, I was not in bad shape. I literally, like this last, I want to say 6 years is when the weight started coming on. Yeah, and the health problems.
And so let's talk about then the improvements that you've seen. What's the results you've seen since joining the program? Look at your hair. Your hair's ridiculous. I think we were just chatting about it before. I was like, beautiful, thick hair. Yeah,
my hair's definitely, and it was thinning. Like I was telling you, like I had hair loss. Like I had literally, if you won't know, but it's a loonie here in Canada. It's probably about that big. And I had literally a whole circle of hair missing, thinning here. This was all thin in here, and all this hair growth. You can see all that baby hair. That's all grown back since I've started Pro Metabolic. All of this hair is coming back. And I had lots of hair before. And now I'm getting it back.
Amazing.
Yeah. What else has happened? Oh God, where do I begin? My clarity, my oh God, I get very emotional talking about it.
Aww. That's good. It's good emotional. Happy.
Yeah. I'm a very ugly crier. So, but I do. So,
Aww.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry.
Okay, gotta regroup.
Do you know I learned this trick actually she was a client in our program. She was an optometrist, and she said to me, if you're ever crying and you want to stop crying, look up, because you actually can't cry. And I tried it one day and I was like, oh, it actually works.
Okay. But health-wise, God, like my hormones are really stabilizing. I had a very erratic period where I was actually the opposite. When you're supposed to be going into menopause, you're supposed to have delayed periods. Mine actually started coming every like 11 to 17 days. I had it twice a month, and not just like light. It was a heavy period twice a month. And that has totally, now, what am I on month number 2? I think I'm on month 2 now of a totally normal period. 28 days cycle. The one before this one was actually 33 days. So I'm like, wow. So it's totally, yeah. With my period, my moods are amazing. I am so energetic. Of course I have days like everybody where I'm not so energetic. My life, I want to say probably the most, like the number one thing is, where I going in is my kids are so proud of me. Yeah. And, it doesn't matter what age they're, that is like the ultimate goal of a mom is having your kids go, wow, mom, like, look what you've done.
Oh, that is amazing.
Yeah.
That is really amazing.
So definitely like, yeah, my, that's right there. Just makes everything else is great, but having them be proud of who I am and what I'm doing is amazing.
That's so good.
And yeah, weight wise, I started this at 213 and I'm now down to 188, which like when I tell people, they're like, what? You don't look. And I'm like, just my body composition is so different. Like I'm a size 10 now. And when I was a size 10 before, I was probably like 165, 170, like just that difference. I'm like, but I've got nice lean muscle coming in and taking shape. So that in the inches that I lose, like there's hardly, I don't think, a week that I don't make a change in my body somewhere. Like, because I do my weekly check-ins and seeing that, like, I don't even care so much about the scale. It's like seeing even if it's a quarter of a centimeter or an inch, for me, it's inches. I'm happy. I'm like, hey, just the progress of what is happening with my body.
So good.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It is.
That amazing strength training.
Oh my God. Yeah. I just cannot nail those squats though. The barbell squats.
It's difficult exercise, the old squat. There's a lot to think about. It's technically challenging, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one is definitely my nemesis. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, that's so good. I just love it about your kids. I think that's just amazing. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
Well, they probably see that you're happy and you're healthy and you've got more energy.
Yeah. Like I was riddled, like that's another thing. I don't know if I'm sure lots of people suffer from anxiety. I had the worst anxiety. Like doing this, I never would have done this. I would have said, nope, I would have made up every excuse and be like, no, I can't do this. No way. Like even at my work, talking at meetings, like, that's another thing that's changed in my life. I always was the wallflower. I just stood back. I listened. People enjoyed me. They're like, oh, thought I was so nice, but I never gave my input. And now I'm like, that has changed. Like my work has changed. My friendships have changed. There's so many things with what we're doing that changes you for the better.
It is an amazing journey. Like we were talking about, it's so much more than just the food and the training.
Absolutely.
You've been amazing though. You've really come in and taken the bull by the horns and failed forward. I mean, no one's perfect ever. I think.
No. Yeah. No.
Probably a lot of women struggle because they try to be perfect, and it's like, just, buddy, stop trying to be perfect. Just make imperfect progress.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, that's really good. I just love it about your kids. So now a lot of women, when they're thinking about joining the program, and this is probably a great question for you to answer, is they're really worried about doing it online. And, we have a lot of women like you who are in Canada, the US, the UK. Right. Like we've got women all over the world. We had some women from France in some of our programs. So, what's it like doing a program online and being obviously in a totally different country and with a different time, in a different time zone?
You know what? I truly have not had any struggles with it. I was worried about that for sure. I was like, how is this going to work? But the communication with all of you, the coaches, I'm like, I have not had one struggle. You might wait a little bit, which is like you'd wait if you were doing a program in Canada or right here in where you live, same thing. And the help, the feedback is, I don't know. I've never, ever had one problem. So I highly recommend it.
And how do you find the community of women?
Oh, amazing. It's so fun. Like there's not a day that I don't laugh. Like just some of the things that some of the, like Sonia, God, she just gets me. And oh my God, what's her name? Oh, totally forget. Lou?
Lou Driver.
Yes.
Yeah.
God, they just make me laugh so much. And then, you've got your private community. If you don't want to share it out on Facebook or within the feeds in Slack, you can message somebody and talk to them that way. I love that, yeah.
It's a good community. Everyone's so supportive.
Yeah.
And really invested in seeing each other succeed. There's no bitchiness at all.
No.
It's so awesome.
Yeah.
And what about time? A lot of women are worried that they won't be able to invest the time, because I think, well, a lot of women actually that join the program have been training 6 or 7 days a week, and they're like, oh, I get time back because I'm, training less.
Right.
How have you found that, the time commitment, and what would you say to a woman who's worried about that?
Oh my God. I have not had one issue with time at all. Like my training, I either wake up in the morning and do it, but quite honestly, I come home, I do it after work. The training, it's usually 45. It might take an hour. It depends on, if I'm, having to tweak some things here and there, but yeah, like none of that. I don't know how. I'm like, you just put down your phone and get off Facebook and you'll have all the time in the world. That's like the time that I see people scrolling on TikTok and Facebook, and I'm like, you have all the time in the world to work out.
True, very true. Yeah, I can sometimes find myself scrolling. I have to get out of that
Me
habit.
too.
Yeah, I think everyone does. Yeah. And what about the investment? So, a lot of women are worried about investing this sort of money in themselves. And, do you feel you've got value for your money? Was it worth the investment?
Oh my God, yes. I can't. Yeah, that was a huge worry for me because I am single and I don't make a lot of money, but it simply took me going, this is my health. Like, what is your health worst step? I would probably spend that money going to see my naturopath, because here it's not, I don't know if it's covered there. You have to pay to go see them. I would pay to go, buy those supplements. But to me, it's just a no-brainer. It's like, no, you can, it's feasible. You know what? Stop drinking for a month and trust me, you can, you can afford to do it.
I used to be a big drinker too. I hate to think about the money that if I added everything up that I've spent on booze in my life. Oh God, it would be so bad. So much. And finally, Stephanie, if a woman was sitting on the fence and thinking about joining, what would you say to her?
Oh my God, I'll kick you off the fence. That would be that. Oh, please don't. Just reach out. Like, you guys are so great. If you are, have the questions, have the concerns, just reach out to Kitty and the team. Reach out to anybody on Facebook if you can, and just get those questions answered. And I wouldn't worry about it.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Stephanie. I really appreciate you jumping on and sharing your journey with everyone. And I'll chat to you in the program.
Lovely. Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Bye.